The next morning, I arrived a little later than usual. The village was already awake. Shops opening. Voices rising. Life moving forward. For a moment, my heart tightened. I looked toward the spot where I had left him the day before. He was there. Sitting quietly on the FourPawFriends' soft blanket, tail wrapped neatly around his paws, eyes fixed on the path, waiting, not hiding, not wandering, waiting. When he saw me, he didn't run. He didn't rush forward either. He simply stood up and stayed. I walked closer, slow and calm, and sat down a short distance away. He stepped forward once, then stopped, looked at me, then sat back down again, as if to say, I waited. You came. That's enough. That moment broke something open inside me. Before, waiting had meant being forgotten. Waiting had meant hoping for scraps of kindness. Now, waiting meant trust. Trust that someone would return. Trust that care wasn't temporary. I stayed with him for a while, not touching, not speaking, just being there, because sometimes rescue doesn't look like action. Sometimes rescue looks like a small orange kitten sitting in the same place believing you'll come back. That day, waiting wasn't loneliness anymore. It was faith. The window faced the village road. The same road he used to watch from far away, from shadows, from corners, from places where he had to stay invisible. Now he watched it from inside. The orange kitten climbed onto the low sill slowly, careful with each step, and sat down. Not crouched, not ready to run, just sitting. Sunlight warmed his fur. A soft breeze moved the curtain beside him. Outside, the village passed by as it always had. People walking, carts rolling, voices rising and fading. He followed it all with calm eyes. When a loud sound echoed down the road, he flinched for half a second, then stayed. That mattered. Before, every sound meant danger. Every movement meant leave now. Now he stayed. He wasn't trapped. The door behind him was still open, but he chose the window. He sat there for a long time, tail wrapped neatly around his paws, watching life happen without needing to be part of it, or run from it. I sat nearby, not interrupting the moment. Because this wasn't curiosity, it was confidence. For the first time, he could see the world without fearing it would take him away again. That day, the world stayed outside, and he stayed safe within it. The door was open only a little, just enough for light to spill onto the ground, just enough to show what was inside. I didn't call him. I didn't point. I sat nearby and waited. The orange kitten stood a few steps away, watching the doorway like it was a question he wasn't sure how to answer. Inside meant warmth, quiet, stillness. Outside meant what he knew: roads, noise, waiting. He took one step forward, stopped. His ears flicked. His body lowered. Then he looked back at me. Not for permission, not for reassurance, just to make sure I wasn't leaving. I stayed. He turned back to the door and stepped closer. This time he didn't stop. One paw crossed the line where outside ended and inside began, then another. He paused in the doorway, half in the light, half in the shadow. Breathing slow, body still. Then he walked in, not rushing, not afraid, just choosing. I didn't close the door right away. I let the outside stay visible for a moment, in case he needed to know it was still there. But he didn't look back. He sat down inside, curled his tail around his paws and rested. That's when I understood. Some rescues end with being carried. This one ended with a choice. And that choice changed everything. That day, he didn't just step inside. He stepped into belonging.